Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of the Book of Unwritten Tales. In the last episode, his grandfather told him that he needed to find a helmet, a map, and a parachute. So that's what we're going to go ahead and try to do. We've looked around all in here. I don't believe there's anything else left to look at.
Dad's vice.
Actually, we might be able to try this real quick.
It's stuck. Poor thing. The flying fish is now firmly clamped into the vice. The flying fish...
What about his toolkit, maybe?
I don't want to break it. At least not without a good reason.
Okay, that looks like it. Actually, as far as the parachute goes, I might have some of the stuff we need. Yeah, let's try...
Let's see. I pulled the rope through the eyes on the rucksack. Yes, that works.
And then I think I have some cloth.
I'll thread the rope through the eyes around the edge of the tarpaulin. Done. There we go. A parachute. At least I know what the parachute's for. The map and the helmet make a little more sense. I should think about getting them next.
Now, I would never use a parachute that I made like that in real life, but, you know, in these games, you gotta have to stretch the imagination a little bit.
Master Brewer, sir! Hello? Master Brewer, sir! Where are you? Master Brewer, sir! Master Brewer!
What? What?
We have to tell the other dwarves there was this gremlin in a cage and he gave me this ring and...
What kind of ring, then?
This ring! It's a very important ring. The gremlin said all our fates...
Wilbur, I really don't have time for this kid stuff. I've got more important things to do.
But the ring
Sleep.
has to be delivered to the Archmage down in the human town. The gremlin said it could end the war.
Listen, laddie, that's a ring. What's it supposed to be able to do?
I have to. The gremlin wasn't lying.
Just think about it. When has anybody ever given an important ring to a little being like a gnome? That sort of thing just doesn't happen.
But...
That's enough. Now, go home. It's getting late.
I guess I can't expect any help from the Master Brewer.
Now that he's not behind his bar, we might be able to take some stuff. Or not.
I used to be really afraid of that fireplace. Nowadays, I'm only slightly terrified.
But you can't take that shield.
The X100 makes a pretty good rat hunter. I just hope it never mistakes me for a rat. The map shows the area between here and the human town of Seastone.
That's what I need.
It's worth a try. Yikes!
What's happening?
Oh, nothing much. I just scared off a pixie.
What, here? At this time of year? The beasties are getting more and more cheeky.
Phew, that was close. I can't get to the map as long as he's sleeping there. I'll have to distract him somehow.
Let's see, what do we got on us? Try that.
I can't grab it with the arm, and anyway, I might wake him. I'll have to distract him somehow. No, I can't. Well, maybe I can.
Figured this might make him mad enough to leave. Wake him up, blame it on
I'm
the
going to
pixie.
burn in hell for this, guaranteed.
Now
I
let's see what he
can't get to
says.
the map as long as he's sleeping there. I'll have to distract him somehow. Master Brewer, sir. Mr. Master Brewer, sir, could I maybe borrow that map over there?
What, that? Oh, lad, that map shows the finest taverns in the land. And this one's on it, too.
Oh, I'd be really, really careful with it.
No, to be quite honest, there hasn't been a lot going on here since war broke out. And I've got no chance of being featured again. That's why the map is staying where it is.
As a warrior, you're bound to have a lot of weapons, armor, and helmets and such, right?
What, me? No, why should I? I'm a master brewer, not a warrior.
But you belong to the dwarf army.
Well, aye, but the master brewer doesn't get involved with weapons and all. Even when I was on the battlefield, my job was just sitting on the ox cart and looking after the beer barrels.
Did any of the other dwarves maybe forget a helmet in the bastion?
The forgotten helmet? Never, lad. Them things are precious family heirlooms for us dwarves. You just don't go forgetting stuff like that.
Too bad. I guess I'll have to look elsewhere then. I talked to my granddad. He thinks the ring is important too. He wants to help me get to the human town.
Yeah? Well, of course he wants to do that. Listen to me, laddie. Nothing against your grandpa, but don't you think he's a few gills short of a pint?
My granddad is a great soldier and inventor.
Of course he is. Of course he is. But, how should I put it? He's maybe had one crash landing too many.
I'd agree with that.
His flying machines were mostly a bit, temperamental. And let's face it, he wasn't actually the greatest of pilots. Honestly, son, if your grandpa reckons there's something in that story, then for me, that's just one more reason to keep out of it.
Granddad and I will show everyone. I don't want to trouble you any further. Good night.
And yourself. Have a good one.
Well, he's not gonna give it to me, and cutting his... Oh, you know what? You could use his hair. I think we have to give it fuel first.
The robot gets its energy from rubbish. That's got the power supply sorted out then.
Let's see what this does.
I wonder if that would work. At least it would distract the Master Brewer a bit.
Oh!
Ah! Hello? Stop! That wasn't supposed to happen. I have a feeling that wasn't such a brilliant idea. Oh, I like Master Brewer.
That were amazing. The eternal struggle of dwarf against machine. And I won!
Are you okay?
Of course! And why not? You think a stupid tin bucket's going to beat a proper dwarf? No chance. That was good. Something's happening at last. Cause for celebration. I think we should drink to that.
Let's see if he'll let me get it now.
I think he's drunk with victory, so he shouldn't see anything. I have it. The map of the area. So that's 2 of the 3 pieces of gear already. Now for the most important thing of all, the helmet. That's the Master Brewer's favourite spot. He likes to relax there in the evenings.
Let's see what's in here. Yeah, he needs some of these parts. No?
This pump can be used to pump water up from deep in the mountain. Although I wouldn't bet on it still working. I thought so. Broken. The dwarves have a lot of work ahead of them when they get back. If they come back. The stove is still a little warm. You couldn't cook anything on it, but you could heat something up. The stove is still a little... The pot could make a perfect helmet, but how do I get rid of that slime? Slime can be really evil. Bad slime.
You know what? I got some cleaner. Maybe that will work.
I can't get close enough. It'll snap at me and slime me. A perfect fit. Now we can make long-reaching attacks on back. Now I'm going to do something I should have done a long time ago. It's too bad that slime had to be so evil. Now that's a helmet fit for a hero. It only stinks a little bit. And that's the last of my gear. I must get back to Granddad. Fast.
Alright, let's head back to his grandfather. I'm gonna come over here and see what he has to say, if anything new, since we got him out of that chair.
Hello, Master Brewer, sir!
Aye, aye, Wilbur.
When the robot started in on you, I never thought you'd beat it.
Ha ha! It was an epic scrap, lad, an epic scrap. Dwarf against machine, nature against technology, mind over matter.
Mind? How did you destroy it?
I hit him as hard as I could with heavy objects until sparks started leaping out of him.
Oh, a shrewd tactic.
Too right. But he did land a couple on me. Look what he did to my beard.
Oh, yes.
I was so tanked up with ale and adrenaline I didn't even notice.
I have to go. Enjoy the celebration.
Yeah.
Well, at least he's not blaming it on us.
This is the first time in a long time I've actually seen the Master Brewer happy. I'd rather not disturb him. I used to be really afraid.
That's the same thing he said earlier. I guess let's head back and turn that stuff in and see what your grandfather says.
And down we go.
Right, let's see what he has to say.
Excuse me, Colonel Granddad?
Yes, report back.
Well, we can't expect any help from the Master Brewer. He doesn't believe the ring is important.
I didn't expect much more from that cowardly drunkard.
Granddad, he's my boss.
Some boss sits in his fortress drinking beer from dawn till dusk while his comrades are fighting on the front line.
I think he misses them.
Well, perhaps. But one thing's for sure. We are on our own, soldier.
I have the pot. Helmet.
Excellent, soldier. The helmet will protect you from physical attacks. You can even sit on it and use it as a saucepan.
Ooh, how practical.
Let me see your helmet.
It's not all that great, I know, but...
What? It's a good helmet, and it's going to protect a good soldier. That is, of course, as long as the enemy doesn't attack with dragons, or has wizards in its ranks, or magical swords, and doesn't go for your head.
Maybe I should look for some armor with magic.
Poppycock! That helmet will do.
I think I'd go with the armor too.
I got a map.
Excellent! My commanding officer always said good maps are half the battle. Of course, you won't be needing it if everything goes well.
If what goes well?
But if not, it's always good to have a map with you, what?
Well, I'm pretty much doubting that it's going to go well.
I have a parachute.
Fantastic! Parachutes are hard to come by and are difficult to make yourself. After all, you'd only want to entrust your life in a quality product, not something makeshift you've patched together yourself.
Trust my life? But of course. I mean, of course not. So, that's the last of my gear.
Excellent! We could get going if only my damn machine would work. But you can't find a thing in this house. No nitroglycerin, no dragon hide armor, no concentrated pillars of salt, no full mithril jacket bullets, nothing.
What do you need all that for?
For what? It's a war!
But we just want to deliver the ring to the Archmage. Don't you think a sled...
What? I need a nitroglycerin substitute, something highly explosive. The only thing that comes to mind is good old dwarven ale.
Dwarven ale?
That shouldn't be too hard to find.
Devilish stuff. We reduced complete countries to ash and rubble with it. We loved the smell of dwarven ale in the morning.
Okay, I'll get you some dwarven ale. Anything else?
Yes, I need a cog. A 5/8-inch screw steel sprocket, straight beveled, hard chrome plated, BSA threaded flange with right-hand thread and lock ring locking. It's not a standard size, and I can't find one anywhere.
A 5/8-inch screw steel sprocket, straight beveled, hard chrome plated, BSA threaded flange with right-hand thread and locking lock ring. Sounds familiar.
Come back when you've got the stuff. I'll sort out the rest. But bear in mind, the Dark Lord knows all of your thoughts.
Right.
Well, at least they weren't asking for something really obscure.
The flying fish is immobilized. Somehow I have to open it to get the cog.
Alright, maybe now they'll let me open it.
Shouldn't be a problem with the right tool. There you are, a 5/8-inch screw steel sprocket, straight beveled, hard chrome plated, BSA threaded flange with right-hand thread and lock ring locking. Maybe that cog wasn't all that important. Fly.
Or maybe it was.
Maybe it was important.
Okay, I'm pretty sure we're gonna find the ale back in the bar somewhere. Let's see what this guy has to say.
Hello, Master Brewer, sir!
Aye, Wilbur.
Mr. Master Brewer, assuming I were to need some dwarven ale...
Dwarven ale? It's not allowed, unfortunately.
Why not?
Have you heard about the explosion on Mount Winterpeak?
The volcanic eruption.
Volcanic eruption. Deep under that mountain was the finest ale brewery in the whole dwarven world. My dad took me there when I was nothing but 2 beer crates tall. Can you imagine how aled up we were?
Kind of. What happened?
Ah, well, some so-and-so cocked up, and boom! And that was that! All over for dwarven ale brewing. After the accident, it was banned as a substance of enjoyment. The sharp taste, the warmth in the throat, gone forever. Now it's only used in warfare and in the alchemy industry.
Wow. Too bad they don't have that in real life.
But you do know how to brew dwarven ale, don't you?
Does a one-legged duck swim in a circle? Of course I know. I'm the master brewer. It's not difficult either. First, you get barley germinated in a malt house, then let them bloat up after leaving them dormant for a bit. Then kiln dry the green malt, keeping it turned, coarse mill it, making sure that the husks don't get destroyed.
The husks? What are...
Then mash the whole lot in a mash tun, obviously using a decoction procedure. After the iodine test, we get on with purifying and separating the malt from the beer wort in a slatted filter bed.
Of course, but...
In other words, we let the draft run through the mash pot. We then put the first wort in the brewing kettle, let it simmer, and add the hops. We let the wort settle to remove the trub crust, add the yeast, and then leave to ferment. Then we run everything through the pebble filter. That's all fair enough. Then it gets more complicated.
Stop!
What? We're just getting to the exciting part.
I'm sure we were, but I just abandoned the idea of brewing some dwarven ale myself.
Well, whatever you think.
Let's assume I need a small tankard of dwarven ale really, really urgently. Could you brew it for me?
Could do, but I'm not going to. It's not allowed.
Oh, come on. Who's going to notice? When was the last time another dwarf came by to visit us?
That's a fair time back.
You see? Wouldn't you just love a nice cold dwarven ale tonight to celebrate your victory over the robot?
Oh, dwarven ale is nectar. I'd certainly enjoy a wee taste of it again. No, it's not going to happen. I'm missing a few ingredients.
And if I get them, would you brew up 2 tankards then? One for me and one for yourself.
Aye. It's a deal. You find me the missing ingredients, and I'll brew some dwarven ale.
Okay, what do you need?
Crystal clear mountain water, hops, and some barley for malting.
But that's it? No deviled fire, salamander eyes, or dragon's breath, that sort of thing?
Nope. Water, hops, and malt. Then there's just a few secret ingredients, and naturally synthesized aromatic substances, and a couple of E numbers. But I've already got them here.
Okay, water, hops, and barley. I'll get them. Do you have any idea where I can get the hops?
Oh, I'm sorry, but that thieving rat took the best part of 5 sacks. I've not enough left. I've got to be careful with it.
The rat, huh?
Maybe there's just more down there in this little hole.
Here's some barley from my mum's kitchen. Can it be used for brewing?
It's not the best, but it'll have to do.
Let's
I have
see.
to go. Enjoy the celebration.
Yeah.
If the rat has stolen that many hops, it might still have something stored in there. There's something in there. Something round. Ugh, hopefully it's not a giant rat dropping. It's a single hop. This is probably all that's left of the stock of hops.
As far as the water goes, I think I have an idea. I have some ice.
It'll take a long time for the icicle to melt. After all, the pot isn't all that warm. I should speed up the melting process. It shouldn't take long to melt the icicle. The stove is still warm. The icicle is gone. All that's left is crystal clear water.
Well, that should be everything. Let's go turn that back in.